Welcome to GAD World. We're joined by Richard Connelly, Principal Consultant at York Aviation. Richard, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It's good to be involved with GAD this year.
York Aviation presented on some key considerations around airport development for profitability at GAD World. Can you summarise?
Yes, absolutely. It's a very broad topic, and we were keen to stress that earlier on, and there's certainly no one size fits all for all airports, so that's worth bearing in mind. But there were a few key themes that we were trying to get across. For example, knowing your market, not just the airlines that exist in an airport now, but how things may change in the future. There's a lot of development in the world in terms of the way airlines are shifting and changing their requirements on airports. Engaging with key users was a key theme as well, so in particular the airlines, because there's a real risk of overdeveloping, overspending and turning off the growth trajectory anyway that's driving that infrastructure requirement, so that we were keen to get that across. Designing in flexibility, very important as regulatory regimes change, as airlines change, as technology changes. It's really useful to factor those elements into any airport infrastructure, whether that's terminals or even on the airside type infrastructure. But also, we were very keen to get across the opportunities for exploiting and maximising your current infrastructure. Sometimes it's a little overlooked, and there are a lot of opportunities to make better returns on a business by taking what you've got and using it more efficiently.
To what extent do you believe governments are successful in seeking the right developments through privatisation and concessions?
I think we've seen some mixed results from this, and I think it's very interesting. In many cases, particularly when governments in the public sector are looking to privatise, they have a number of goals, and sometimes putting on the development requirements they do to investors may actually harm some of the goals and not actually get them quite where they want to be. I think, again, it's important for them to understand their users and also to allow some flexibility in those concession agreements or in what they're seeking from privatisation. And occasionally we haven't always seen that. So there's some lessons to be learned on both sides, I think, in some cases.
York Aviation works with both airports and the investors. What do you feel the value is in this approach?
Yes, we spend a lot of time working with airport management and shareholders in existing assets across both delivering business plans and development. I think clearly there's a real value in that in terms of seeing the difficulties and successes that airports have as they grow and move forward, and I think that adds real value to transactions.
And York Aviation has specific skills in aviation economic impact. To what extent are these valuable in transactions?
Yes, we work a lot with the public sector and governments to look at what they want to achieve from an economic perspective. And I think certainly if you're involved in acquiring airports from those public bodies, we can offer a lot of value. For example, through the concession process, through privatisation, there are often mixed goals that those selling airports have. For example, they want economic development as much as they want a financial return. So we can really help to add value to a bid by understanding and drawing out those goals within any bid.
Richard, thank you very much for joining us today.
You're very welcome.